How's it going, everyone? In a recent video, I replaced the vacuum pump seals and pretty much did an entire vacuum pump rebuild on my 2003 Saab 9.3 because it was leaking oil out of there. And today I'm going to be replacing the valve cover gasket. As you can tell from the title, there's your original Saab part number right there, and of course our valve cover gasket. Now thankfully this is a fairly simple job. It is not one that I have done before, but there is a good write-up online about it and it's very easy to figure out. It's not too difficult, like I said. So without further ado, let's go ahead, get into it. One quick thing before we get into this video, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, I've got a lot more 9.5 content coming as well. Make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and check out my Patreon if you haven't already, because it'll be linked at the top of the description, because, well, my cars have been getting very expensive lately. First couple of steps here, we're going to remove the plastic engine cover with 3 T30 Torx right there, and then we're going to be removing the entire air box. While we're here, since we have the T30, I'm going to go ahead and remove these 4 bolts that are the cover for the coil packs. Now it's time for the air box. If you have secondary air injection, there's just this little piece right here that goes into the front of the air box, and then we're going to disconnect our map right here, and then we need a 1/4 inch or a flathead screwdriver to loosen this hose gun. If you look along these metal lines right here, you'll see there's 2 10mm nuts on either end of the valve cover, one here and one down under here. Now there are 2 10mm nuts that hold this wiring harness on right here. And remove that next. I'm noticing there is also a 3rd one back here, right behind where the oil filler is. We have 2 more 10mm that hold the heat shield on for the turbo and exhaust. There are quite a lot of bolts holding this valve cover in. You've got 4 up front. These are all 10mm, 4, and you've got 2 on the side. There's 1 there and 1 right back there. You have 4 in the middle right here, kind of all weirdly placed, and you have 4 along the back. When it comes to loosening these, you can do it in crisscross pattern. So I'm just going to do it that way to be safe. I couldn't find any specific directions for this exact motor on which way you're supposed to loosen them, so I'm just going to kind of do it in like a crisscross just to be safe, even though it probably doesn't matter too much when it comes to loosening. With all these bolts taken out, it's now time to remove the valve cover itself. If it won't just pop off, you can use a rubber mallet to kind of hit on it lightly. There is also a little cutout here where you could stick a small pry bar or a big flathead in. I can feel it with my fingers, just kind of right in the middle section here. These lines are just in the way from preventing me from really getting a good angle on it, but I'm going to try a mallet first, because just using my hands isn't getting it off. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful under here. Wow. At first glance, I am seeing zero sludge. The only spot I do see anything is on that one cam bolt right there, but that is just about as good as it can get. And it's interesting, I'm seeing there's numbers written on each one of these, 10, 9, 8 with arrows pointing, 5, 4, 3, so that must be the process for removing them. They each have numbers written on top, so that's cool. Now on the other side of the valve cover itself, I am seeing just maybe a tiny bit. It's in really nice shape under here. I'm super happy with that. But now it's time to I guess start cleaning this up. You can really start to get a look at where it was leaking from, right down onto the exhaust, onto the heat shield right there. So that's probably where my burning oil smell is coming from, right there. You can see all along here. I'll have to clean that up. Up front here, trying to get out of the way of the light, you can see there's just a little bit. So now comes the fun part of removing the old gasket. So we have the gasket itself that goes around the outside, the really cool shaped one we can just pull off. I mean, I guess I can just do it right now. Oh, it's making quite the noise. Just doing that with one hand. So we've got that one, of course, and then we've got our 4 that go around. Oh, these are hard as rock. Hard as rock. So we've got these 4 going around. I'm probably going to need a pry tool. I probably can't get this with one hand. We have one for each cylinder or each coil pack spark plug. So we're going to have to take those off as well. So with the old gaskets completely removed, it's time to clean up these mating surfaces. I'm probably just going to use some Scotch-Brite and just some general like engine degreaser cleaner. Just being careful not to spray into anything here, especially when it comes to the actual engine side. I'm going to have to be careful cleaning this all up, but there is a good amount of buildup. There's some right there. There's of course a lot by the vacuum pump right here and a lot just on the back side. So I'm going to get to doing that, and I'll catch up with you guys when that's all finished up. This is definitely the most tedious part of the job, but look at how much better that's looking. There's a couple spots I'm going to go over again, but that looks amazing. So after I do a little bit more work here to clean up the last couple of spots I'm missing, we can go ahead and throw the new gaskets on here and reinstall it. So now you've got your valve cover all seated down, so a lot of things that can get caught on, so make sure it's not caught on anything. We're going to start by hand tightening these in a crisscross pattern, just kind of like starting over here, going over here, here, here. So with all of these hand tight, we're going to go around with our torque wrench and tighten each bolt in a similar crisscross pattern to 8 foot-pounds or 11 Newton meters. Again, these should not be tight, so when you do it the hand tight way, that's why I said hand tight, you really don't want to torque down on these. We'll start with the hardest one first, which is this one on the corner, just because it's annoying and I don't want to deal with it at the end. Honestly, I know I'm going over some of these twice. It's a bit hard to pick out a good pattern, but that's why I'm going over some of these twice for sure. I know that, but better safe than sorry. Those all torqued down in a rather awkward manner. We can go ahead and reinstall everything else and cue another time lapse. The car all back together except for these last couple of covers. I'm gonna go ahead, start it up, let it run, and pray that I didn't mess up. I was putting my tools away and I realized I forgot to connect that hose. I don't know how the car ran. I had the car running for like 2 or 3 minutes and it ran completely fine. So I'm gonna reconnect that real quick, let the car run a bit more, check for more leaks. Hose is reattached. I've let the car run for a few minutes. I don't smell anything, I don't see anything. So I'm gonna take that as a good sign. If you guys found this video informative, helpful, or useful in any way, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Check out my Patreon and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.